Microsoft Corp said it has discovered hacking targeting democratic institutions, think tanks, and non-profit organizations in Europe.
Here's a summary of the article.
Microsoft Corp on Wednesday said it had discovered hacking targeting democratic institutions, think tanks and non-profit organizations in Europe and plans to offer a cyber-security service to several countries to close security gaps. The hacks occurred between September and December 2018, targeting employees of the German Council on Foreign Relations and European offices of the Aspen Institute and the German Marshall Fund, the company said. Microsoft said it found out about the hacks through the company's Threat Intelligence Center and Digital Crimes Unit, and the hacks targeted 104 employee accounts in Belgium, France, Germany, Poland, Romania, and Serbia. Microsoft said many of the attacks originated from a group called Strontium, which the company has previously associated with the Russian government. Strontium, one of the world's oldest cyber espionage groups, has also been called Apt28, Fancy Bear, Sofancy and Pawn Storm by a range of security firms and government officials. Security firm CrowdStrike has said the group may be associated with the Russian military intelligence agency GRU. Microsoft said it will offer its cybersecurity service AccountGuard to 12 new markets in Europe including Germany, France and Spain to help customers secure their accounts. Ahead of a critical European Parliament election in May, German officials are trying to bolster cybersecurity after a far-reaching data breach by a 20-year-old student laid bare the vulnerability of Europe's largest economy.
This post received a score of 41,854, with an upvote ratio of 90%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Russia and China. They are using hacking as a way of undermining Western democratic and civil society institutions. We are going to need to lift our game generally on security. Whatever evil they are planning, we shouldn't help them by letting them comb through our data.
What I'm curious about is whether we're fighting back or just playing defense? Russia and China have been hacking blatantly, but is the West at least taking countermeasures? Listening to most media it seems like it's a one-way fight, but I find it hard to imagine that the West isn't trying to get revenge.
Is this a serious question? Just to give you an example, even going back to 2014.
Cool, I didn't know that. I'm thinking about the more recent dirty tactics employed by the Russians. Like spreading misinformation on social media, stealing people's personal data, spreading conspiracy theories, troll and bot farms etc.
That too, yes. Dating back to 2011.
Operation Earnest Voice is hardly talked about compared to the 50C Party. America's propaganda game is strong.
Here's another easy one, and a more recent version.
Reddit is too cynical sometimes. Russia are committing cyber warfare and undermining democracies, and half of the comments here are $off bad because they're recommending a software that may be able to prevent this and recommending upgrading to the latest version of Windows to stay safe and secure.
There is also a suspicious amount of color me shocked comments that underplay the severity of this issue.
That's Russia's goal, to desensitize us.
IDK who said it originally, but the goal of modern propaganda is not to convince the masses but to exhaust their capacity for critical thought.
When are we going to admit that the Cold War has turned into the cyber war and we are currently under attack?
Who is we? We call it geopolitics now and there are more players, but it never really ended.
I think that was the implication.
Are you raping these countries?
I deny anything. I mean, everything.
Microsoft said many of the attacks originated from a group called Strontium, which the company has previously associated with the Russian government. Strontium, one of the world's oldest cyber espionage groups, has also been called Apt28, Fancy Bear, Sofancy and Pawn Storm by a range of security firms and government officials. Security firm CrowdStrike has said the group may be associated with the Russian military intelligence agency GRU. Fucking Russian cunts are at it again. What will it take to put more sanctions on the twats and get rid of Putin?
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.